This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The business environment comprises all conditions, influences, and activities that affect a business or its operations. Thus, it generally refers to external and internal factors that affect the business or its operations either positively or negatively. There are various business environments. These may include internal, competitive, and industry environments. Internal environment. The internal environment includes factors, entities, conditions, and activities within a business organization that influence its decision-making process, choices, policies, relationship with its suppliers and clients, technological requirements, and the behavior of the organization's staff. Management is at the center of the internal environment, and it influences the organization's leadership style. Human resources, materials, and machines also form part of the internal environment. Competitive environment. The competitive environment generally refers to what the firm's competitors are doing, the general direction of the market, and the technological developments being made in the industry or are about to enter the market. Industry environment. The industry environment includes the suppliers, buyers, competitors, organizations that produce substitute products or services, and entrants. These players determine the firm's profitability, its investment in that particular industry, and the present and future prices of its products. Strategic thinking. Managers have to realize that an organization is influenced by its actions, and therefore, some strategic decisions have to be made to influence the organizational structure. For example, in an industry environment where competition is fierce, mergers and partnerships may be adopted to reduce competitive rivalry, which sometimes forces organizations to adopt a low pricing strategy to survive, thus affecting the average profitability in the industry. A manager also needs to understand the competitive environment so as to be able to make an analysis of the industry's market, which includes all significant factors that influence the way the organization competes. Understanding the competitive environment makes the manager aware of what the customers need and, therefore, put in place strategies that enable the organization to acquire resources necessary for meeting customers' demands. The manager is able to think strategically and identify the particular parts of the market that are worth pursuing. He or she will also be able to identify potential threats to the business, which may include price rivalry, legal considerations, and channel conflicts. By understanding the competitive environment, the manager is also able to know whether there is a need to change the basis of competition within the industry, for example, by introducing new technology or modifying the products. Finally, managers also need to understand the internal environment since they are involved in implementing the organization's goals and driving change in the organization. They first have to understand the organizational culture and then know whether the organization's employees are ready and willing to move in the direction of the company's vision or not. Understanding the internal environment enables the manager to adopt a leadership management style that takes care of the organization's personnel and assets sustainably. Conclusion. Managers must fully understand the business environment, especially the industry in which the firm operates. Since they are the ones responsible for leading organizations to achieve the core of the business, they have to know the factors that present opportunities as well as threats to the company. It is, therefore, important that they first understand the core competencies of their organizations in order to compete effectively. This essay on business environment, external and internal factors was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one, on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.